He's like, I'm all of it, but I'm none of it at the same time. And I fucking love that. It's like I'm everything you see, but I'm nothing you'll ever fully understand. And that's shadow work. If you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or like you're carrying parts of yourself that are too messy to bring into the light, you're not alone. This process is not about being perfect. It's just about being honest. It's like, it's okay to be afraid of what might come up. It's okay that it's ugly or confusing or wrong. That's the point. That's where the gold is. You don't have to do it all at once. It's like the fact that you're even willing to look is brave and powerful. Today, I kind of want to take you through what shadow work really is, how artists have used it to create some of the most powerful work of all time, and how you can start integrating it into your creative practice without losing your mind. Shadow work is about confronting these parts of yourself that you don't want to see. It's like these parts of yourself that you suppress, the things that you deny, the stuff you were told growing up was too much or not enough. Carl Jung believed that until you integrate your shadow, it's going to just keep controlling you. And I know that sounds heavy, okay? But if you think about it like this, if you don't deal with your shadow, it'll deal with you in ways that you don't even expect. Have you ever sabotaged yourself or like get into the same toxic cycle over and over, a relationship or addiction or something? Maybe you like eating the same food over and over and you know it's bad. Mining our art for those creative like aspects and stuff, like those parts of ourself, and digging into that can be fueled for our work. It actually is fuel for our work, and that's going to fit for you as the artist. You know, Tim Noble and Sue Webster make these sculptures out of trash. It's like broken junk. When they shine the light on the trash, it's like these perfect portraits of the actual artist, and it's like the most literal version of turning your garbage into gold, right? Something human, something that you can't look away from. It's so literal, it's so beautiful. Because it's literally, these are the garbage aspects of ourselves being projected, right? It's stunning. I love that metaphor. Well done. It's like they're saying, yeah, this is the stuff I wanted to throw away, but look closer. And when you do, you see something really honest, really haunting, really kind of sacred, something you're never going to forget, like it's seared into your brain. It's like the perfect metaphor for what shadow work actually is. You know what I mean? It's like once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's not just art, it's revelation, and it's like so true. And when it's so true, it's like it's a mirror, right? Regina Silvera's work is like super cool because it's surreal and disorienting, and it uses shadows and it makes you question what's real. And she paints objects that aren't even there. It's like your brain short circuits for a second. She's showing you that your mind fills in the gaps based on what it expects, but that doesn't mean that it's true. And isn't that what our shadow does too? It whispers things to us in stories that we believe without us even realizing it, right? I love the way that her work specifically kind of like shapes a reality that we're aware of, but that we don't talk about. Obviously, David Bowie, who, if you watch this channel, you know I'm obsessed with, but no one really did shadow work. I feel like kind of like he did before he did it. Ziggy Stardust, he gave voice to the parts of himself that weren't like safe or simple or digestible. And by embodying Ziggy, he gave everyone kind of the permission to explore our madness, our alienness, our like allowed to be like, he like let people be shapeshifters, right? He's like, I'm all of it, but I'm none of it at the same time. And I fucking love that. It's like I'm everything you see, but I'm nothing you'll ever fully understand. And that's shadow work. Filmmakers like Yorgos Lanthimos and like Sean Baker, they're so comfortable with just embracing the things that are raw because it's like so close to home, right? Think about like Tangerine, which is shot on an iPhone, following real people, like in a slice of life. These people that don't get shown in the world. It's like, and we walk away from those films feeling like moved, and a lot of people walk away from those films feeling exposed, right? My own creative process has been shaped by shadow work, and there are things that I've tried to ignore, you know, parts I thought I had to edit out to be more palatable or marketable. And you know what? Every single time I did that, my work suffered. You know, like my performances felt flat. My music wasn't as bold, and it's because I was creating from a place of fear instead of like real, honest, like bravery and truth, and that just never really works. So the way that we kind of can start working with our shadow in our practices is like we don't have to go all full Ziggy Stardust overnight, right? And you don't have to make a trash sculpture either, but like write a letter from your shadow self, okay? Let it tell you what it's been wanting to say. Look at the art that's been wanting to move you. Think about what kinds of art has moved you in the past, like characters that you relate to in films and television, like that'll be a clue. If you are a performer, like just record yourself leaning into that shadow self and like just improvise something and just let it up and out. If that's something that's comfortable for you, that's going to be for a very specific collective. But I don't know, like shadow work is just, it's a consistent practice, right? But sometimes it feels like a breakthrough and sometimes it just feels like a complete breakdown. But if you continue with the consistency, it just becomes fuel for your creativity, fuel for your growth, fuel for your career, your art, your soul, your overall becoming. And I totally understand like who has the time to be constantly looking at their own emotions and their own self, like being so introspective and stuff. But it's like, if you really do carve out that time to really look at those aspects of yourself, I promise you that even though it's scary, all it's really going to take is like a little bit of acknowledgement, and you'll begin to like kind of loosen the grips around it, right? Just offering yourself compassion in that place over and over and over, because these shadow aspects of ourself, like, well, they're embarrassing, they hurt, they're not fair, they're, you know, and that's what I mean. Like when you let these shadow aspects out, you're gonna see it's like taking a whole bucket of paint and just like throwing a bunch of different, like, you know, colors onto a canvas, and it's going to be beautiful, and it will like allow you to express that shit and get it out in a way that's healthy, you know. And whatever that means for you in your medium, you know, maybe like write it again, like I said, self tape it. But there's so many different ways to lean in. And anyway, I just have seen it become such like life affirming fuel for me in my creative work. And I've seen it in other people who are creatives around me. And when you see it in other people, you can start to see it in yourself. And like that's all this video is. It's like for whoever happens upon it and relates to this message, there's a chance that there's an aspect of yourself that's wanting to be integrated, right? Especially if you're an artist. Digging into the depths of ourselves, like acknowledging and owning it too, right? Owning like these parts of ourselves that like maybe actually we have judgment toward, right? And it's okay that we have judgment towards it, right? Like maybe it's like a past action, maybe it's, you know, your sexuality, your relationships, or like your family, or, you know, where you live, your car, like your job. There's just so many things that like people hold on to that they're ashamed of, that they don't need to be. And so, you know, as artists and as like empaths and visionaries who seem to be kind of gravitating towards this type of content, it's like you guys are really, really the ones who are going to be able to integrate, alchemize, and like understand, articulate, and, you know, transfer that energy straight into your artwork. And that will be this like beautiful, like karmic healing that will go out into the world and allow another star seed, light worker, creator, artist, or whatever to feel seen and encourage them along their path in their unfoldment. And that's really what this is. This is a domino effect. This video, when I click send, it's just going to be one more little domino that I'm hoping to flick down the line of like more healing and creativity to just funnel into this planet. Because for me, that's what it's about, baby. And if you're sticking with this video, there's a chance you feel the same too. So thanks for watching, and I hope you got something out of this video. And I hope you'll move forward gently and lovingly with yourself. And I wish you a lot of luck, a lot of excitement, a lot of joy, a lot of expression, right? A lot of energy, and have fun with this too. This doesn't have to be like dark, right? Just because it's shadow work, it's like it can be fun. Like you can make a joke out of it, right? Think about comedians, right? They're constantly working with their shadow selves, constantly, and they're making light out of it, and they're just putting themselves on display, all of their shadow shit, and just letting it be like ridiculed and laughed at. But what does it do? We laugh along with them. So just take that for what it's worth, run with it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.